Bitcoin crashed $10,000 over the weekend, but why did Bitcoin crash? Will it continue to crash from here? And what are the next price levels that we're looking at from this point? We're going to answer all of this in today's video. And not only that, you got to stick around because I'm going to reveal something in the fourth quarter of this year that is going to change everything. But why did Bitcoin crash? Well, everybody, it was the Germans. The German government unloaded nearly $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. Wallets linked to the German government still hold almost 24,000 Bitcoin, meaning it has already sold more than half of its seized assets. Now, this is an important point. They have sold beyond the 50% point. So we are now past the max pain point, and now it is just reduced selling from here on out. And now that they've sold half, we are on the other side of the hill, meaning, hey, maybe the worst of the pain is behind us. But German government, they transferred 16,000 Bitcoin from its holding to crypto exchanges and market makers on Monday. Price ended up falling even lower than that, $54,000, and it fell this afternoon in Europe. And the reason it fell was the $900 million worth of selling pressure from Germany. Now, Arkham has done a great job. We're going to go into the dashboard and just look at the freshest data when it comes to how much Bitcoin German government has been selling, but they did a series of tweets. Now, it started lightly enough, right? With $155 million worth of Bitcoin selling. German government had seized a whole lot of Bitcoin from a pirating site that pirated movies back in the day. And so they're just sitting on billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. Well, today they sent $155 million to Kraken, Cumberland, and an OTC service. Well, shortly after that, folks, they kept selling. Update, they sent an additional 8,000 Bitcoin worth over $420 million to exchanges and market makers since that previous update. But wait, there's more. And you can see shortly after that, they sent another 5,000 Bitcoin on top of the previous 8,000 Bitcoin. And so they currently are now down to 23,000 Bitcoin, which, like I said earlier, less than half the originally seized from the movie 2K remains. Now, Arkham's been doing a great job, and you go here, you can actually click on their platform where they're tracking the Germans' wallet. Now, this is just their most recent selling, 4 hours to Coinbase, Bitstamp, Kraken, and some OTC deals. They are now reduced that exposure to under 24,000. So they've gone from basically 3 billion to about 1.3 billion. So still some selling on the horizon, quite potentially here. So the selling might not be done. But folks, I actually have a live video of the German government. This is breaking news, everybody. Hit that like button if you like the breaking news. This is a live look at the German intern every time he sees a green candle on the Bitcoin chart. I mean, just look at this guy go. He just can't stop, folks. This guy cannot stop. That is the intern right now. I think he's getting ready to sell another batch. Now, let's talk about where does Bitcoin go from here. And I got 3 reasons why maybe we're going to have a lot brighter days ahead. I got 3 reasons why Bitcoin, I'm predicting this may have been the local bottom. Captain Fabic did a really good job, explaining why with this TA, which is called a descending broadening wedge. The descending broadening wedge is still in play. Looks like Bitcoin has bottomed out at this part of the wedge and is ready to bounce back towards 70K. This is going to be crucial resistance. Captain is saying, do not miss this golden buying opportunity. Well, if we go into the charts, you can see the broadening wedge right here. Now, this thing has been dated all the way back to March of this year, not only that, early March. And we just been testing around and ranging within this range. Now, we just tested right near the bottom. And if we were to go to the top, say within the next couple weeks, next 3 weeks, that is $71,000, literally almost on the dot, $71,011. Now, I do expect us to stick within this range, but I wouldn't be too worried if we wick above or below. Now, even with this wick right here, you can see, we closed several daily candles below it, but still ended up, coming back into the wedge for support. Now, folks, I said there's 3 reasons why I'm bullish on Bitcoin at these levels. Reason number 1, good old RSI divergence. If we go to the 12-hour chart here, you can see, within this range, we just printed a very, very bullish signal. Now, this is just textbook bullish divergence. You can see on the RSI, the relative strength index, with these 2 local bottoms, RSI was moving up as the price was heading down. Typically, you only see this on, a 5, 10, maybe 1 hour chart. You don't typically see it on a 4 hour, 6 hour, let alone 12 hour or 24 hour candle. So this is a pretty bullish marker that we're seeing on a fairly large time frame. So reason number 1, we just started printing some bullish divergence on the 12 hour. If we see it on the daily, that is definitely a load up accumulation zone. Reason number 2 is going to be the M2 money supply is about to explode to the upside. This is the FRED, which stands for the Federal Reserve Economic Data. So this is the FRED data. So the Fed data is signaling that we are now about to start printing money again. So you can see, now you can see here we had a little bit of a pullback as we slowed down quantitative easing, went to a little quantitative tightening cycle, and now I'm predicting, we're going to start seeing parabolic moves to the upside, which is going to pump all the equities, all the assets. So this is very, very good for Bitcoin. This is good for home prices. This is good for gold and a lot of just key equities. But then the final and third reason I am bullish is the biggest reason of all. And I said there's a Q4 thing that nobody is talking about, and that is FTX. Now, you remember Sam Bankman-Fried, he crashed the crypto markets, and it might be time for him to resurrect the crypto markets from behind bars. Why is FTX about to inject $16 billion into the crypto markets? Is another bull run coming? Well, folks, it looks like, yes, they are about to pump the markets full of cash, potentially driving massive market growth right here. Is a tidal wave of capital set to flood the market as FTX it plans to return $16 billion in cash to its customers. This refund could reshape the landscape for Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, and other digital assets. Now, the reason why this is happening, it looks like the creditors are finally able to start paying back the customers who lost all their funds, who basically had their Bitcoin stolen from them and then given to politicians. Now, FTX has confirmed its plan to distribute $16 billion in cash to users. So this is confirmed by FTX's new leadership. This plan involves categorizing users into 2 different classes. The convenience class, this is going to be people who go to the gas station. Wait a minute, no, I'm sorry. This is claims under $50,000, which will receive beyond what they actually lost at those old prices. So if you got under $50,000, you're going to get $1.20 on the dollar at the old crypto prices within 60 days of the plan's activation. We're going to talk about the dates in 1 second. Then there's the larger claims. These are going to be claims exceeding $50,000, and they're going to get even more. They're going to get 127% to 142% with the initial distributions expected by the end of the year, so Q4 2024. Now, once we go into the dates here, these important dates. August 16th is the deadline for voting, and then October 27th is the deadline for the plan approval. And you can see right here the initial distributions expected probably sometime in December. So massive move happening with FTX. If we do get $16 billion, a large percentage of those people are just going to market buy some Bitcoin, Solana, or Ethereum. I really do believe that they had this Bitcoin stolen from them. They had this Ethereum stolen from them, and now they're going to be looking to replenish their reserves, replenish their supply there. And so massive moves on the upside. We got 3 reasons why things could turn bullish. We got the Feds, we got FTX, and of course we got that bullish divergence, folks. So the markets are scary right now, but we just tested the bottom of support. So now is not the time to get shaken out of the markets. Don't let the Germans scare you into selling your Bitcoin.